Okay, well, I guess I should do my weekly update on the boyfriend. I think I did one Monday, I don't remember, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, happy Juneteenth, everybody. It's a wonderful day for us black people. We do celebrate. There was a celebration going on here. I thought I'd get to see part of it, but my deliveries took me away from it, so it's fine. Okay, I just celebrate my own ways as best as I can. Anyway, so saw my hematologist today. They ran blood work today on me that they wanted to run, it's been since 2014, 2015, I don't remember the last time I saw my hematologist. They did a consult today. So pretty much what they ended up doing is that they did the beta-2 glycoprotein, my antigens, CBC, comprehensive metabolic panel, lupus, anticoagulant. They want to check to see if I had lupus. They do that all the time. Apparently now they're checking because I did happen to mention that I was tested for lupus years ago. And that test came back negative, but the factor V line came back positive because they didn't know if it was factor V line or lupus. They retested. They ended up running more than one test. Apparently it showed that I had the factor V line, which of course is genetic. So if any of my family members do see this, y'all better go get tested. That's that's the Paraska side. It's not my Robinson side. I can guarantee it. It's the Paraska side at this point. Because my mother told me she had stenosed arteries. Years later. Because I questioned her, said, I've got stenosed arteries, don't you? No, I don't have stenosed arteries. I said, well, Grandpa died of hardening of the arteries, correct? Yeah, he died of hardening of the arteries. He died of stenosis of the arteries. His arteries were narrow. He did not have hardening of the arteries. I should probably let my cousin Angie know about this, too. I should let her know about my YouTube, my Facebook, my YouTube and my TikTok, so she can see this stuff, too, and do what she needs to do to see if she needs to get tested for anything like this. Because, like I said, this is a genetic condition, so my grandfather had it, my mother had it, I have it. So that's three generations. So, because my grandfather had a brother and a sister, so their kids then may have it. So this is like my mother's generation of cousins and my aunts, that's their generation of cousins. So at this point in time, there's a possibility that somebody on that side, that generation, has it, other than my mother. Because my grandfather had it, my mother had it, I have it. So there's 3 generations I can already prove. But the only thing is that with those generations, now who else has it? Does my mom's older sister have it? I don't know. Does my mom's younger sister have it? I don't know. Do the cousins that came between my mother and my mother's younger sister have it? You know, there are just so many questions now that we all need to get tested. And then when it comes down to my generation of cousins, which technically we are the second set of we're the 3rd generation out here, legitimately. So my grandparents, my grandfather, and his siblings are first. My mother, her siblings, and her cousins are all second. Me and my cousins are all 3rd generation out here. So, there's a lot of stuff that came over from Europe that we're just finding out now, and that we all need to get tested for. So, I'm recommending all my cousins go get tested. I'm going to I'll let my cousin Angie know, I'll send her a message on Facebook today that she needs to watch this video. I'm going to post it on my YouTube, and I'll send her a link to my YouTube channel so she can watch this one specifically. Because, truth be told, I think they all need to go get tested to see if they have stenosis of the arteries. I believe my aunts need to be tested for stenosis of the arteries. I do believe their cousins all need to be tested for stenosis of the artery. I do believe my generation of cousins need to be tested for stenosis of the artery. There are only 2 cousins legitimately that have been adopted into the family, so I'm not concerned about them. I'm more concerned about the biological cousins in our family. Technically, they're everybody's family. I don't look at them as not being part of my family. I look at them as being family, but due to the fact they have different genetic makeup than we do, that's a whole different situation. They don't need to be tested. I'm not concerned about them, so I can guarantee that's died off with... It's in the blood relatives at this point in time. That's the way I look at it. So all my cousins need to get tested. There's 2 of them that don't need to get tested. I will not mention who they are. They don't need to get tested. They're good. Everybody else needs to get tested. Because if I have it, even though you could be the most healthiest person in the world, I have it. I can guarantee, because I know my mother had congestive heart failure. I know my cousin, her father had congestive heart failure. That runs in my family. It's just a matter of time. So that's what I'm saying. I think the biological cousins, we all need to get tested. I know I've been tested because I've had 2 strokes, but then again, that's how they found it, because I had the clot. And number one thing when I go to a hospital, if I have swelling in my legs or I have weakness in the legs, that's the first thing that they do. What are your medical conditions? I have factor V line. Hold on, let's make sure you don't have a clot. And they start doing the ultrasound on me. They want to make sure I do not have any type of clots, whether it be a pulmonary embolism, whether it be a clot in my leg, whether it be a clot in my arm, whether it's a clot anywhere in my body. They just want to make sure that it's not going to break off and become a PE and kill me. So that's number one thing that I'm recommending to everybody at this point in time. Like I said, I let my one cousin know about this. She needs to talk to everybody in the family and say, hey, we already have 3 instances of stenosed arteries. Granted, it's from my grandfather, my mother, and me. That's the odd part. But it could have gone to my mom's aunt or my mom's uncle, who have long passed away. I mean, the last one, she passed away in 2017. My mother passed a year later. It hasn't even been 10 years for either one. So, this is the whole thing of that. They all need to look into that to see. I mean, granted, we have some chubby people in my family, but then again, we have some thin people in my family. And doesn't matter if you were thin or chubby, you all need to get tested, because there's no guarantees. Factor V line is also a genetic disorder. You all need to get tested for that too. I'm warning you, because this is what I have. I did not know about this until he even said, you understand all of this is genetic. I said, I know it's genetic. I said, I even questioned my mother with my grandfather. Oh, was it hardening of the arteries or was it stenosis? She's like, no, it was hardening of the arteries. Mind you, that was back in the 70s, 60s and 70s. The medical technology that we had then is not what we have now. I said, I guarantee if they rerun that blood work, if they can still find samples of my grandfather's blood, I guarantee they'll find out that he had stenosis of the arteries. Not hardening. So. But yeah, they ran a bunch of blood work on me at this point in time. I told the boyfriend, he knows all about it. They took the blood. They took like 5-6 vials of blood today. I was like, oh, Jesus. Don't mind it, but hey, it is what it is. So, if you are related to me biologically, please go get tested for everything. Like I said, I'm going to let my cousin know. I'm going to let her know what video to watch. I'll name it something that she'll be able to know. But yeah, like I said, I know this isn't the Robinson side of the family. They're all alcoholics, so cirrhosis of the liver is the number one thing that's going to run on that side. At this point, I'm not an alcoholic, so I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about all the other fun factors from the white side of the family versus the black side. So yes, I'm gonna let my cousin know she needs to watch this video specifically, because I want her to let people know, hey, by the way, this is all genetic conditions. We all need to get tested. So, kind of like how I found out, 3 of us have PCOS in the family. My mom's younger sister never said it, but I know she has it. Because when my mother told me what her periods were like, I'm like, got the same, PCOS. So, my one cousin also has PCOS too. So, there's 3 of us that have PCOS. I'm, like, factoring everything. But, we don't talk about our conditions a lot. But we need to start talking about our conditions and figure out who has what with what and start pinpointing where everything is from. Because I can guarantee our great-grandparents are the ones who passed all this stuff on to us, passed it on to our grandparents, passed it on to our parents, they passed it on to us. So, hey, it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, I'm only third generation out here, right along with my generation cousins. We're only third generation out here, where our parents are all second generation and our grandparents are all first generation. So, it is what it is. So, yes, it's a little brief story about my life. Like I said, I'm going to let my cousin know about this because she needs to know so she can start talking to people in the family and say, hey, look, we all need to see what the hell's going on with us. Because, like I said, I know I'm not the only one. I already know there's 3 Stallone with my side. I can guarantee there's more. If there's 3 of us, there's more. When there is 1, there is many. 3 is not many. I can guarantee there's going to be at least 6 or 7 more of us. There's going to be at least 5 or 6 more people that are going to all test positive, either for factor V Lyme or stenosis of the arteries.